As the title of the video states, this is potentially what Bonelab modding could have been if we got the proper polished modded tools, proper scripting, fully fleshed out, SDK, and an in-game mod manager that was actually fully set up. So I really want to start with saying this isn't just some obsession I may or may not have with zombies, being in VR, but me showing off the potential of what it could have been like, and maybe still could happen if the Bonelab modding tools and SDK gets updated to allow modders to turn Bonelab into the modding sandbox it was meant to be. So let's start with the weapons, actually. As some of you may know watching my videos, I'm a real big gun guy when it comes to video games. I love the details of guns, the mechanics, and really nitpicky when it comes to guns and their reload mechanics. And if something is missing, and I have to say I'm not the biggest fan of when it comes to the guns and the feeling of guns like Pavlov and Contractors, among many other VR shooters. They feel weightless and too arcadey. But yeah, I like the demonstration I'm showing off in here, right here. I don't know what it is, but the guns in this modded pack felt just right. It felt good. Not like Bonelab or like H3 VR good, but good enough to make me feel like I was being immersed. I was in COD Zombies, and it felt like, weightless, pointless, kind of not feeling like they have an impact type of gun, arcade-like guns where you just shoot hordes of enemies and instantly reload. No, these guns feel like they have weight to them. They feel like you need to meticulously, manually reload them, like you did with the Olympia right there. And it feels amazing, almost panic-inducing when there's a horde, right behind you. You just fired off, a hail of bullets into the crowd of zombies running after you. And here you're frantically trying to grab that magazine you just had to drop, put in a fresh one and whatnot. And the knifing feels pretty darn amazing. But what I'm hoping for is, hopefully when the latest SDK does come out for Bonelab, the modding team will be able to make, Bonesy, their full vision for it and make it, realize. Because I was one of the people who asked Hunter, one of the big modders on the Bonelab community, if he would be willing to make COD Zombies. And he said, heck yes. He just said, yeah, why not? And he got a team together, and they're, they've been working on it for quite a while. But there's like little details like that you just saw with the perks. I love the fact that you have to, you get the perk, you have to pull off the cap, you have to pull it to your head and drink it, and then you can just chuck it, just like in the Zombies. It's so immersive, and I love it. But I'm only demonstrating this video, and the reason I'm not showing off Pavlov is because, one, for some reason the game hates me now, and I can't seem to load in a single freaking map. I've been trying for well over a year. I got into one map, and the map was entirely broken. Zombies didn't die, no matter what I did. I couldn't even get to another gun. Zombies just would not die for some reason. And another reason is Pavlov feels, out of all the lower budget type of indie games, Pavlov feels like the most weightless to me. I know a lot of people were like heresy at the highest degree, and reason why is just Pavlov just felt, the guns just felt weightless. Don't get me wrong, I loved playing Pavlov, and I loved the zombies mode, and I loved getting started, but something just felt off, and I don't truly know what it was, but it just felt off. It didn't feel like I was playing COD Zombies, really. Sure, there was cool, fully made custom maps and everything that you go ahead and explore, actually solve Easter eggs or do entire runs, like the Stairway to Heaven and all that crap, but something about it just, didn't sit right with me, and it felt like it was missing something. So yeah, the reason I'm showing off Contractors, even though it's in its earliest stages, it has the second most potential for zombies, in my opinion. Just because how like in depth the modding seems to be. Like we already have full on Star Wars Battlefront, got Halo, and got even Call of Duty weapons from different versions of Call of Duty, from Black Ops 1 to Modern Warfare 2019, even to just a bunch of different Call of Duty games. And it's just surprising me a lot. And I'm very surprised that we started off with Black Ops 1 for the first zombies attempt. But, I mean, I guess it's alright. I mean, it feels pretty solid, in my opinion. Like, there's a few things that could be added, but overall, very fun experience that I've had. And I just can't get enough of playing it. But yeah, the potential for this, for Bonelab, is enormous. Again, like I was saying, if DK comes out fully fleshed out, and we can get like fully animated enemies like this. I mean, they don't even have to be like this, but we can port or make our own fully fleshed animated enemies that can run at us, swing at us, but still maintain that Bonelab physics feel, which is going to be a challenge in of itself. Like, I mean, I wouldn't mind sacrificing a few things to get that, more like smarter AI that actually don't just either stand out in the open and just shoot at you, don't get to cover. Like, I would gladly trade the Omni Projector dudes for a freaking Grunt from Halo. Because that Grunt alone would add more character to the game than all the enemies put together in Bonelab. I know, it's heresy coming from one of the people who start out really loving Bonelab and sings, most of its praises. There's a few downfalls and a few things that I would love to improve. Obviously, enemy types, the modding tools, a lot of jazz. But seriously, I would gladly love to just fight an army of grunts. I would literally have 10 hours of fun just playing like firefight mode, and it's just me with a few Halo weapons and grunts. Just hearing them spear out the iconic voice lines and whatnot. Like, it would just be extremely fun. But yeah, I hope in the near future we'll definitely be able to get like amazing maps, with actual depth in them and actual like reason to really be made, because most maps right now are just being made just for the sake of being made. It's not like most maps have like a story or a mode behind them. Like, don't get me wrong, there are a bunch of arena maps and some story-driven campaign. I want to be able to like not just get more fully developed maps and stuff. For I know we're not gonna get that for a while because Bonelab is still in its early stages. It's still gonna have plenty of the updates, and I believe Stress Level Zero, or I should say Brandon, said they're gonna be doing updates for 3 or 4 years for this game. So instead of the 2 years we got, we're gonna actually get 3, maybe possibly 4 years of actual like content and whatnot. So I definitely can't wait for that. But yeah, so far, Contractors, I have to say, like, I am blown away by what like the developers have really caught on to, like, what's been happening the last couple of years from Pavlov, updating, getting their mining tools out and whatnot, and, allowing the community to go wild. To obviously Contractors recently, not real recently, but, a while ago, months ago, they released their mining tools and whatnot, finally updated it, which was weird. Like, they stopped, like, at first, like, back in 2021, they had mods. They had, like, guns and whatnot that you can port in. Well, not really port in, but, make yourself and whatnot. And all of a sudden, it just stopped for an entire year. They just took it all out. I'm like, why did they do that? What? Why'd they take out all the mods? What happened? So that's, like, one of the big reasons I stopped playing Contractors, because they just took out the mods, and that upset me a lot, because I really was enjoying the Halo mod. And a bunch of other mods, but it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna stop playing this game now. Then they brought the mods back, I believe, like last year, maybe like the end of 2021. I'm not 100% sure what the timing was when the mods finally came back. Actually, I think it was 2022 when they finally dropped back in. But point is, they started to catch on like all the other developers and whatnot, and now a lot of developers for VR are adding mod support to their games, and mod managers such as like Blade and Sorcerer recently just dropped their, their U12 update, and it has a mod manager in it, and like I was super hyped for that. And if you guys want me to do like a video on that, later on down the line, I will. Just comment down below, and I'll get to doing a video on that. But it amazes me because like I didn't think a mod manager would ever come. I thought it would always just be Vortex, not Vortex, but Nexus. I mean, I guess Vortex is part of that, but Nexus and some other random modding places you can just get Blade and Sorcery mods from for the entirety of the game's lifespan, But thankfully, I was wrong. I was dead wrong. And yeah, now we have in-game mod manager, and modders are gonna be able to update their mods directly to the game, and it's gonna add so much more value to Blade and Sorcery now, because you no longer have to, install Vortex, install the mods, have to manually keep updating them, and having to erase all your mods constantly every other update. Now it's just, oh, there's an update, modders, then they just update it, and then there you go. It's as good as done. They update it to work with the new thing, or I don't know how the system works actually right now, so I don't know if it's like you can just, I'm pretty sure they would have like just a disable this mod button, so you can just disable all your mods at once, go in to the map without ever taking off your headset, and then just jumping into the map, seeing what mods do and don't work, and go from there. Unlike the tedious version where you have to take off your headset, exit the game, go to Vortex, disable all the mods, enable them one at a time, or even three. I most of the time did like 3 at a time. That way I can, whittle it down to like, oh, okay, so 1 out of the 3 don't work, just turn it off and whatnot. But yeah, back to the main point of all this. So yeah, it just amazes me. Like, just look at this. It's like, it looks and feels like true Call of Duty. Like, just imagine, I mean, the point system and everything, like, everything on the HUD is minimal, so, like, everything you need to know is on your, either below you, around your waist, or on your arm. And there you go. Just simple as that. You see all your points and everything, and it's pretty cool. Like, they got a lot working already. They got Pack-a-Punch, they got perk machines, they got even different weapons working. Like, that's crazy. Like the crossbow actually, beep, 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 and it explodes. Like, that's crazy. Like, I didn't think, a game with this, just this type of game would get that type of, give off that type of feeling. Because this is one of the games, again, like I said, where the guns didn't feel, like, too great. Like, when I first played it, first playing VR, I was like, it's awesome, it's amazing. But, as you grow and play more advanced games with better physics and gun mechanics and reloading, it's like, you start, you're like, oh, God. It's kind of hard to play this now, since you've seen the other side. But yeah, it's truly amazing. I still don't know how to get to Jug. I don't know if it's like a meme perk, like it's just a meme, you can't get up there or anything, or if there's just like some secret part of the map you have to go through. But there's actually a lot of weapons on this map, which is called the Gulag, by the way, if you didn't know. But there's a lot of wall weapons and whatnot, which to me is pretty cool. I love the weapons so far that the modders have added in and whatnot, from the FAMAS to the Commando to the Olympia M14, all the classic zombie guns. But hopefully we'll be able to start seeing like Modern Warfare 2019, Modern Warfare 2022, and all the Call of Duty stuff. Like, I don't think it would be too hard to add them either, because there's already a bunch of modded Call of Duty weapons and whatnot already on the mod manager. So, with permission from the other modders, they could, put their efforts together to, like, add all the Call of Duty weapons into the Zombies mode itself. And then, obviously, people are going to start making their own maps and everything, which I can't wait. I do hope that a bunch of the maps get their own Easter eggs and whatnot. Or at least, a viable ending at the most. because just running around and shooting zombies forever isn't really that much fun to me anymore. You know, since we've grown from that and everything like that, and we no longer, you know, we do Easter egg steps or biomechanics now. But yeah. But I do hope that Hunter and all the other modders are able to be helping with creating project abilities for Bonelab. You know, add all these like different mechanics that we're seeing, like, you know, pack a punch, double pack a punch, working, you know, perk machines, you know, drink perk bottles and whatnot. Which I believe they are, you know, 100% gonna do that. But I also hope they had, you know, add a bunch of like maybe some Easter eggs. I believe Hunter's Ending is gonna make sure they add a Easter egg for, you know, Nostroton, which is gonna be the map I'm currently working on. Which they're showing off a few little bit of like in-game photos of the map and everything, which so far looks pretty gosh darn decent. And I cannot wait to, you know, hopefully hop in that map soon. Unfortunately, I believe they're still waiting for the SDK to drop, so whenever that update drops, they're probably working on all the stuff that needs to be worked on before they do the first, you know, release of it, which I don't know how long will be. It could be, I don't know, could be a month from now, 2 months, 5. It all depends on the SDK dropping and how fast they can work on the mod, obviously. How much they want to put in before.
Is it just me or am I alone here?
Game mode. But this, again, this video is just to show off the potential of like what Bonelab could be and how much further it can go. Because there's already been like ported maps, like Half-Life, for example. We got Half-Life Canals. Part of that was ported like early.
They're all around me.
Early days.
That'll even the odds.
First month or two when it originally released, that someone already ported freaking the Canals from Half-Life 2, and it was just pretty impressive. Like, it wasn't the full entire thing, but for what it was pretty darn amazing. You know, for what it is. Unfortunately, since, you know, can't have custom NPCs yet, really, you know, like combine or how they act and everything. So hopefully we will get, you know, the ability to make full-fledged custom NPCs or import over NPCs that are like the combine or the like COD zombies, like we're seeing right now, with full-on animations and everything. I'm hoping we'll be able to get like Stalker, Halo, Star Wars, all that type of stuff. But like, this is very impressive. Like, I cannot wait until modders really pick this up and like get crazy new and old custom maps and even crazier weapons like Halo, Star Wars, you know, other Call of Duty weapons like I was saying before, maybe some Battlefield weapons, just crazy stuff in VR. But not just in Contractors, hopefully in, you know, Fortnite, when that does eventually get its, you know, update, which will hopefully be soon. But yeah, besides that, I do want to talk about the fact that I'm going to be also on the 30th. I'm going to, you know, get Vertigo 2, so I'm definitely going to do a long playthrough of that. I get hit some Bonelab, I'm probably going to stream it, most likely. Play through that, and what I'm hoping for is, you know, hopefully that game developer has also caught on to the, you know, other developers and what they're doing. Hopefully they have a mod system, or at least they're going to add one in later, because the game, from the trailers, what I see, looks like the guns, the weapons, the environments look stunning and amazing. And they even have their own little mode, a horde mode, where you, not even a horde mode, like, it's not even an RTS, or I don't know what kind of mode it is. It's like a pretty much choose from 2 different sides, and you know, you choose whatever side you fight for, and then you go fight alongside, you know, a faction you're fighting with, which are all and you're in the battlefield. You get different guns, weapons, upgrades, and you go through everything. I guess eventually you get to the boss, but I'm hoping they allow the developer either at the start or will at least listen to the community and will allow the SDK and just allow modding to happen. because like, with the mechanics I've seen so far and just the overall like polish of the game and like the logo. Like I played the demo that came out 3-4 years ago, probably like 2-3 years ago maybe, if not so. Because that game was supposed to come out a while ago, but kept getting delayed unfortunately. But it is what it is. But I'll definitely be playing that. Hopefully we'll get more support for that as well, so that when the game, you know, besides maybe like maybe DLC or you know have those nice long starting community, because I believe in the remastered, if not in the original, level editor, which you know allows you to place the weapon, place the enemy types, make the entire environment. You'll be able to play through like people's creations, which is you know pretty cool. So hopefully we'll be able to see modding, because then if they make you know fully fleshed out SDK and everything, obviously modding would be amazing in that game, from making Half-Life maps and all that crap. Pretty much doing what every other VR game would be doing, but you know, in a different art style and whatnot. Or maybe not, like just, you know, just straight up ports and everything. But I think it would be pretty cool, pretty awesome to have that. But let's just focus on actually playing through the entire campaign first and seeing where everything goes. I'm super excited, can't wait to play that. Hopefully you all will enjoy the gameplay as well. But yeah, it's really all I really have to talk about. Can't wait for more stuff for Contractors. I know probably some of y'all are saying, well, why not just play Contractors? Why does Bonelab have to have zombies as well? And one, I'm just using as an example of what type of modes, you know, and type of things we could possibly make in the future with if modding is truly fleshed out, and you know, Stress Resort delivers what they were, you know, what they promised that what Bonelab would have, or should have at least had at the start by now. But it is what it is. All we can do is wait, pray. Hopefully, it comes out soon. Hopefully, the modding community can finally, you know, pop off. But the other reason is, yeah, it took me like 12 attempts, if not more, to get this running. I don't know what it is, but Pavlov and Contractors really hate me. And I could not for the life of me get this to work.
Just what I like. Multiple targets.
I don't know. So yeah, it took me a good amount of time to get it up and running. I had to edit things and whatnot, get everything working. But yeah, finally got it running. Stopped crashing. I don't know what caused it to crash multiple times. My headset crashed and everything, but it is what it is. Anyways, let's go ahead and well, actually show off a little bit more stuff and talk about a little bit more of a few things.
Why is it always up to me? Love them. Oh joy! No power!
So yeah, I just really wanted to like talk about and show off like the potential for like different type of game modes and maps that can be made from this, along with like Bonelab's Fusion multiplayer mode. Obviously, multiplayer would be amazing with like different type of zombie game modes, or you know, anything like Mario Kart, which I've actually been talking with Hunter and a few other modders if we could get like a Mario Kart mode running, which the modders said yes, they could and whatnot, but I don't think a team has gotten together yet to like even work on that. I think they're all focused on like doing their own everything, but I was, you know, really hoping to get like a Mario Kart mode, you know, made and put out before the Fusion, you know, Fusion dropped and everything. But it's kind of a wishful thinking, you know. But yeah, this shows off a lot of potential, like super cool also custom maps that can be made, and just different things that can be done, like Easter eggs and all that puzzles and whatnot that can be solved and played through, and levels. It's just crazy to think about. Like, a lot of games are starting to like implement a lot of cool little modes and whatnot, and definitely a lot of COD zombie, modes, such as freaking Fortnite. I know, Fortnite of all things. They recently released their creative 2.0, which, say what you want about Fortnite, the developers know what they're doing, man. Like, this game could literally, change a lot. Like, if it goes the way it should go, where, the community can create whatever the heck they want, from maps to guns to characters. Like, it's gonna open the floodgates for a lot of creators and whatnot. Be able to create their own maps, their own campaigns, maybe even their own adventures. I don't know why I'm saying maybe, because literally the Fortnite developers literally showed off that you could literally create your own like little adventures, and maybe even like full-on campaigns with like integrated worlds and whatnot that can be expanded upon, and like so many crazy things. Like, some people could probably even make like a full open world game with AI everywhere, since Fortnite already has AI and whatnot. Fully functional, AI that go off and do their own thing and protect compounds and whatnot, or give you quests or what may have you. And one thing, the absolute one thing, if it happens, that would get me to play Fortnite ever again, because I only played it a little bit. It was a mad game for me. Just didn't really care for it. But one thing, because this could be the next big thing to rejuvenate, I meant to say, rejuvenate Fortnite, and not just that, but like, it could be like the next big thing, kind of like Gary's mod, where people can just create whatever they want from Mario Kart and all that crap. But the one big thing is, if someone makes a VR mode, first person VR mode, where you can run around and shoot with guns, of course I'm gonna play it. I'll just be straight up. I'm gonna play it, see what it's all about. And if enough content is made with VR in that engine and whatnot, it could be extremely big. Like, imagine like Call of Duty VR mode. You can run around in multiplayer and shoot other people with M4s and whatnot who are also in VR. And the guns feel like the guns from like COD and W2 and all that jazz. But we'll see. You'll see. But yeah, guys, that's really all I really want to talk about, is the upcoming, games and potential of certain tools and mods and whatnot, and like what Bonelab could have been and what it could potentially still, be in the near future. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead, leave a like, comment down below. I'll see you all in the next one. Alright, guys. Peace.